Hi, my name is Victor Capola, and I am part of the product management waterside team here at Belimo, and I want to talk to you today about our new product, the new advanced butterfly valve assembly that you see here. This is a new product for Belimo that we've designed specifically for HVAC applications. It is a complete assembly designed specifically to work together here, as you can see, for a butterfly valve and actuator combined, rather than a, let's say, adapted industrial actuator for an HVAC application. So, if I get into what makes this product new and exciting for us and the industry, it has more to do with the fact that it has BACnet MSTP integrated, also NFC communication, which allows you to parameterize the actuator, set run times, also view input signals, and so on to configure for your application. So, new to this device is the ability to set the run times. So in the past, you've had run times that were fixed because you had a industrial actuator that was adapted to an HVAC application. In this case now, you have the ability to set your run times based on your application. So, for example, you have a isolation application where you want to run maybe, I don't know, 100 seconds, but in the past you had to use an industrial actuator that was a 20-second runtime. And what customers would do is use an analog input and modulate that input in order to achieve a slower runtime. Now you have the ability to set that runtime in this actuator. Another cool feature is what we call an adaptive close-off. Now, in the past, you had an actuator and valve assembly that would drive to a certain position, and then based on that, when the valve was new, you would achieve close-off. But over time, as the seat wears, that changes. Okay? So this valve and actuator assembly now looks at not only the position, but also the torque. All right? So it realizes that when it hits a certain position, that it hasn't achieved its full torque, and says, you know what, I haven't sealed off, so let me drive a little further. Torque spikes, it realizes it's sealed off, and now you're assured full seal off throughout the life of the assembly, which is actually a new and exciting feature for our customers. Earlier I mentioned we have BACnet MSTP, but we also have two temperature sensor inputs. Okay, that is something new, that you're able to take those two temperature sensor inputs and utilize them for really anything that you have for your application. So you might want to monitor, you might want to use them to monitor temperature for your supply water and that sort of thing. But they're not, let's say, they're universal in the sense that you can use them with a temperature sensor, but not, let's say, voltage inputs or anything like that.
That's the communicating BACnet MSTP valve?
Yes. Yeah, so you can take those inputs and see that data over BACnet. All right. Now you could also communicate to the actuator using NFC to make your set points. Also, you have the ability to use a conventional tool that we already have out in the market to set your inputs. You can set your run times and so on. You could also use this to connect to a PC and do the same thing. So there's a variety of different ways of connecting to this actuator and configuring it for your application.
Are you finding that BACnet MSTP is considered a acceptable protocol for smart devices like this in a central plant that's highly coordinated?
Yes, and what we're finding also is that BACnet really isn't being used to control the actuators, or at least those field devices, like your analog inputs or your digital inputs and so on. What we find is people prefer still a direct connection.
They're driving enough I/O and
exactly.
they're operating a plant without using BACnet MSTP.
Valve position will be answered for you.
Right. They're using BACnet really to pull information from the actuator.
Not actually control it.
Exactly. So there's issues with traffic and reliability and